Welcome back to another video. We are still working on our Honda, and we have been out here for a little while now, just kind of cleaning things up. We went through our alternators, and this one's pretty crusty. This one's also pretty crusty. This is the alternator off of this engine, which came out of the orange car, and that one's in the best shape. So we took off the pulley and like the little blade here, and we're cleaning them. They're dipping in, they're inside that container there. Then I'm just gonna start to try to button some things up. I want to get the carburetor on today. I'm just gonna change the filter, change the plugs,
put the alternator on.
Yeah, put the alternator on. And I gotta paint those parts too. There's pops.
Just slowly trying to make it nice. It's not, everything's not going to be brand new, but you know, if they work, we're good.
Yeah, I want to use this radiator just because I already spent the money to get it redone. This is a good fan. I have like 2 sets of hoses. I don't have to buy anything. I have everything. That's the reason why I want to use it. If we have an issue where it's running hot, we'll fix it. We'll switch over to something else before the engine overheats, because based on what my dad's telling me, if it overheats,
We're done. You know how these things are.
time for a new head gasket, right? Basically, that's what you're saying?
Yep. You overheat it, time for a new head gasket.
So we're gonna work on those things and see how far we get. It's kind of windy outside. We got a storm blowing in, so it's a little cold, but it's not unbearable. I'm not even wearing a sweater yet, so
I want to try and button up as much of the motor as we can. Not to mention, we still have to change the pedal assembly because this is now going to be the 5-speed car, so we got to change over all that stuff. Got to get a new brake booster and master cylinder.
and new brakes all the way around.
Yeah, new brakes.
And I gotta order tires because these are actually probably pretty good for a while, but we're just using them as rollers. We have one of them that's not the same, and that one's like pretty old. But I need to get a set of tires. I need to figure out what I want to do with wheels. I don't know if I'm gonna just buy tires and use stock wheels, or if I'm gonna get different wheels. We need to do CV axles.
Oh my God, CV axles. Yeah, every one we have is shot. So I'm gonna try AutoZone or something like that and see if they can do a replacement. But we got a lot of stuff to do ahead of us. One thing at a time. We got most of the stuff here.
Yeah, all of the CV axles, all on every single one, the boots are all torn up. Some of them are in better condition than others, but they're not good enough to be driving around. So
at least we have them. And we got to change the gas tank. We got a brand new gas tank, so we got to change the tank in this and put the nice fresh one in.
well, this is not a new tank, but
It's been dipped.
it's been cleaned
out and coated.
And I was talking to my dad about the dash. We have another dash. What was it saying? So what's the difference between the automatic and the, we don't know?
I don't know. We got the orange car, which was the 5-speed car, and then we have the rest are automatics. We're going to look at the dashes and see what's different, and whatever's different we're going to put into this car. And we have the SS or the RS, the Rally Sport
Gauge
clusters to fit in this car.
And then we have one of the cars has a wooden steering wheel, which I want to take that. And then we have
a wooden shift knob.
We have a wooden shift knob.
Original wooden shift knob, and all brand new interior. We'll see how it goes, and we're gonna lower it.
So the interior should come out pretty decent.
We're gonna lower it thanks to Randy, because he gave us the springs and front suspension and rear suspension, front and rear struts that were on his car. They're cut springs, but that's okay with us.
Yeah, thanks. Shout out to Randy for hooking us up with those parts, because we're going to be putting them on this yellow car to drop it down a little bit, because I think from the factory the front end is already a little higher, and then the car is a little too high to begin with for my taste, so it's got to be lowered down a little bit.
Low and slow.
We have the Weber taken apart. It's off the carburetor, and I don't know why we didn't think about it. Or intake manifold. We completely forgot to take off these studs. So now we're probably gonna ruin the paint. It's not gonna look that nice anymore, but we have to take these studs out. So we should have did that a while ago, but we forgot. We weren't thinking about it. So because we need to put in those, like, where are they at? Yeah, we need to put these in so that we can put the plate So we're gonna try to take those out. Doing this one was kind of a nightmare. It was a pain in the butt. It didn't come out that easy. We're hoping we get some better luck with this one. Those suckers tight over there.
Man, it's crazy wind. I don't know if you guys can see all the trees moving. It's sure windy.
All right, so at the moment we are going to be sort of just kind of cleaning this stuff up because we can't get in here. We can't do anything with all this stuff here. So we're gonna just clean up a bunch of this stuff. We're gonna take it out to a different car so it's not in the way. All right, so now that we have the seats taken out, I don't remember if we actually cleaned this car. I know we did a little bit of cleaning on this car, maybe back when we first got them, but there is a ton of dirt in here. This stuff is like pretty caked on. Like, just look at all of that. So I gotta scrape all this up, clean it. Dash is coming out, steering column's coming out, and it looks like we had some friends in here somewhere. Probably some local cats walking through here. You know, we gotta take these seats out because we have new seats, or at least new to us seats. So we gotta strip all of this. I would really like to put like maybe some like dynamite over there, or some, or at least especially some on the ceiling. Put some right there, just to kind of help with some heat. But for right now, we gotta keep cleaning. This car's pretty filthy. I didn't think it was this filthy, but it'll get better. Alright, so I'm out back in the boneyard right now, just taking a look at the orange car, because we were going to build this car, but ended up not being the correct year. And then we were going to build this car until we found out that the front end is bent and it's been crashed. But the other car that we're building does have the holes for a roof rack. And the orange car has the roof rack on it. Has all the hardware, just some Phillips screws. and it's in pretty good shape too. So I want to run this roof rack on my little yellow car, so I'm going to take it off of it. Woo! Nice. There we go. Sick. And all the screws came out pretty easy. I'm happy about that. Didn't strip anything. This thing's nice. I took this out of the back hatch. This little tiny, it says base, what does 48 stand for? 48?
I don't know.
What does base 48 stand for?
That's funny.
Both of them are kind of got this
Bend
and it's kind of cracked right there. Well, let's just take out this little tiny speaker. They're all in there. You can actually hook it up as a 4-ohm or an 8-ohm. And then both of the speakers they had it hooked up as a 4-ohm. Gives you a little diagram. Look at these little tiny paper speakers from the 70s. These things are goofy.
It's got a pretty big magnet for a tiny little speaker.
But they don't even say a brand on them. It just says Japan.
That's a Japan brand. Awesome.
It would be funny if you said your favorite name on there. It said Sir One Vega.
Focal. That's a Focal speaker.
So we did some wiring and we got an ignition put in and we have a key for it now because this car didn't have it. And we made this cable and then we took this one from the orange car. We got it bolted up to the starter. So prior to this, we've never keyed on this car because it never had a key. So we're gonna put the battery in for the first time to see what happens, to see if nothing happens or if this thing goes up in flames.
Push it out real fast. Hear any noise, clicking, anything?
The door's open, shouldn't it be making noise already?
No.
Okay.
Nothing?
Clicks.
The relay.
Oh wait, we didn't put the fuse.
What fuse?
That still got a burnt fuse in the fuse box. Connected?
Yeah.
Nothing happened. Key on?
Go ahead.
I heard a click. Oh. I got a light. It says brake failure when I turn the key.
Okay, that's good. Why are we not getting this? Why is the starter not going? Okay, we're missing the wire to trigger the starter. Right here.
I'm missing a wire.
Yeah. There's got to be a wire to plug in right here at the top of this thing. See it?
Oh, okay. The other starter's right here.
Yeah.
That wire?
Yeah. That wire is a black wire?
Yeah, it's a black with, or maybe even a blue with white. It's a black or a blue with a white stripe.
That's a different starter, huh?
So
What is this thing right here? Connected. Look, see, something's connected there. So there's supposed to be two things on this thing? Oh yeah, look, there's two wires missing. Two wires are missing to get this thing running. Okay, so these wires here, which
are chewed up.
we don't know what they go to. Let's see under this one. This one looks like it could go there. You know, plug in right there.
You want to slide it on, or we're playing the guessing game at this point?
What happened? Oh, look.
What?
Look at this thing. We need to get another one from another car.
Oh yeah, it's all burnt.
It's like chewed up. Like the rats chewed it or something. Not from here, but from over there. So we need this harness. Whatever this harness goes to, we need that.
Which we can still probably steal off of the orange car, which is in the back.
Yeah. But you know what? Just barely, because look, yeah, you know. Nothing?
Just clicking. So it's still just clicking right now. We did make one change. We were missing this connection. Now it's on there, but it's not doing anything. So for a better part of yesterday, and we've been out here for probably a couple hours by now, we've been messing with the wiring because we put the switch in, because we turned the key and it doesn't want to crank. So we figured it out, or my dad figured it out. He said he found out that it was the neutral safety switch.
Because he's converting this car from a stick shift to an automatic. So the neutral safety switch is in the automatic switch, I guess. Has to be in, I don't even know what gear that is. Maybe
well, it's in the center, so it should be neutral.
Maybe it's neutral. And it was a little dirty, so now we got it so we could crank the car.
So we finally got that figured out, but we need to make that a permanent, you know.
So we're gonna have to bypass this, because obviously we're gonna take this
Yeah.
out. So we're gonna make a jumper wire and figure that out where it's got to be jumped.
Because it's gonna be a stick shift car, we're gonna be getting rid of that.
Yeah.
So that's good news. We were thinking about maybe replacing the switch, because we were just like running through all these dead ends, and we're like, maybe the switch is bad. Okay, well, that's gonna be the end of this video. I want to thank you guys for watching.
That's all, folks.
We have more content coming because this car is still not done, and we have other projects that we want to do. So come back for another video. We're gonna be, this thing actually does turn over now with the key, as we saw. I think we showed that, but what I didn't show was this car actually now has the pedal assembly in it. So now we have our clutch pedal, and it all swapped in and bolted in from the orange car. Worked out pretty good. Nothing's connected though. The pedals are just in there, but a little bit at a time. All right guys, thanks for watching.